What's going on, everybody? Slang Dutchman here, and today I wasn't planning on making this video like this. I was working on the E36 because I had a wheel bearing that gave out and it started squeaking.
Yo, what up?
Rem goes with me here, working on his motorbike. Yes, we have a motorbike on the channel now. Things have happened. Well, motorbike. It's a two-wheeler. Let's put it that way. He got this for free, basically. So now we're gonna get it running and just have it as a fun project to work on and give it a cool look and just drive up and down the land here. And then when everything is sound and one of us has a motorcycle license, we can actually drive it on the road.
It's gonna be fun.
But it's something different and it doesn't take up a lot of space, and well, it's good for him, so he has something to work on, and it's good for me because now I have friends here working on stuff, so it's a great combination. But what I was trying to say, I replaced the wheel bearing and I was driving and suddenly it just started squeaking and screaming and it was terrible. So I just replaced that basically the same day. I went to the auto parts store, they had the wheel bearing in stock. So I replaced it. I had a pulley kit for that, and I did it before on the channel when we did the whole subframe. If you want to see how we did that, we pulled the whole subframe, did the reinforcement plates on the body and everything. And I also replaced the wheel bearing, and I was like, it's just the easy pull it out, push it back in job. So I'm not gonna film this. And for me, I have like the press there, behind there, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make it easy for myself. I'm just gonna take the whole control arm out, which is fairly easy to do. So I took it out, and then there's 3 bolts here. Hold on, I'm just gonna show you. I can now show you guys my misery. I wanted to take the wheel off. So what I did is I undid the bolts there for the camber arm and the upper buckets and everything. It was all fine, but then here 1 bolt, 2 bolts, and there's a 3rd one, and that's snapped off, and that's like inside your body of the car. And I tried to drill it out, and I got very far. In drilling it out, and then I used one of those extractor bits. So I had a set of these extractor bits, and as you can see, one is broken off. I don't know why it's even in here still, but these pieces of shit, that's why I shouldn't actually use them. As you can see, it's snapped off, and that material is a lot harder than the normal bolt, and the bolt is already hardened material compared to normal steel. So it was a pain in the ass to drill through, and then the extractor bit broke off, which is even harder, and I used a normal drill just to drill it out from the bottom side up, and that was just not working. Every drill I used, I bought a whole new drill set of good expensive drills, and they all were getting dull on that metal because it was so hard. So yes, I had to do it. I drilled, cut open a hole, so I had clean access to the bolt, or like the whole bushing on the inside. And I don't know if I can shed some light on there. And there in the corner, there you go, there's the original one, which is like that size. And then we have the one we grinded down all the way because there was no other option just to get it out. So probably gonna fully drill that out. And by drilling, I mean an air file or power file, whatever you want to call it. This thing, I bought myself some air tools because this thing was small enough to get like in that little crevices and just file it out. It's taking very long and it's pure misery, but it works. I also treated myself on some other air tools. So I have a little, what is it? Body saw, a file, and another little sander. So that was the upgrade that I was happy with, but this work, man, this is terrible. That said, I wanted to put new coilovers under the car. I had a new full set, but I was like, I want to fix this first before I put new coilovers and everything in. But I ran out of little sanding bands to put on that power file, so I cannot work on it anymore. I need to wait till they come in. So I was like, you know what, F it, let's just put the coilovers in. So let's go. So here we go. I got a brand new set of rear camber arms, which
Shiny.
Because my old ones were destroyed after I tapped that wheel on the curb, it just sort of bashed in, and this angle basically got pushed in. So I twisted it out and extended it. So it is functional, but not the best. And I was like, well, new coilovers, new lower control arms. So they will go on, but this is somewhat of an extra. But I got a brand new set of luxury max speeding rods coilovers. Now hear me out. I know these are not the best coilovers in the market. I think they're generally most hated because a lot of people say they're shit. But the set that I had on here has no adjustment whatsoever. You can twist the colors, but the only thing you do with that is you change the preload of the spring. And with the fronts, for instance, because I have an angle kit, the coilover is not sitting straight, but also more to the outside, so it needs to be longer in order to reach the wheel. And I have it like fully twisted up to make that difference in length. So the front, I can jack this up and the wheel's not moving. It basically stays where it is, it just the car goes up. There's no travel out of the wheel and barely any in because it's so stiff. That is not good for your top mounts, for your strut towers, I mean, not good for your lower ball joints, everything. So I want to change that. That's the main reason I want to do it. And also the rears, of course, gonna get replaced. But the thing with these is, let me get with the whole set. You can twist the bottom of it out, so you don't have to mess with the preload. So you can still have a reasonably comfortable ride height for as far as comfort goes with a set of these coilovers, but a lot better than the old ones that I had under there. So for me, this is an upgrade over the old ones. And people saying that these might be shit, these are worse, and I think they're good enough for what it's used for. This is not a car for long commuter travels. This is a car to go sideways. It needs to be stiff and not lean and hang in the corners. It's doing that perfectly. This is an upgrade. If I ruin one of these, this is a set of what, 300 euros? This was a set of 200 euros, so each shock absorber basically is 50 euros a corner. If I destroy these, it's easier and cheaper to replace than a set of BC coilovers. For instance, I would love to have a set, but they're really expensive in comparison, and I think this will do the job for me compared to what I had. So as long as it's an upgrade, you're moving forward, just tiny steps. Also, I didn't want to break the bank because, as some people might know, I'm working on a turbo build for this car. Lots of money dumping into that, so I had to sacrifice somewhere. I'm just gonna unpack these and then start installing it. So we got the new coilovers in, new spring in the bucket. You can't really see that. New shock absorber in. Had to twist it a long way out, because if there's one difference between this one and the old one, is that this is the wheels drooped a lot more down, so there was a lot more out travel available. So I'm curious to see how this car is gonna sit. It's probably gonna be a little bit low, but we shall see. And as you can see, that's the old camber arm. I decided not to do that now because I need to drop the diff a little bit in order to get that bolt out. Which I was not planning on doing today. Maybe tomorrow. The other one is in as well, and as you can see, this one is kind of buckled. That's the reason I'm replacing it. I mean, I extended it so it's still functional, but you know, you want a better one on there. But for now, I just have this on. And then, because I don't know if I gave it before shot, but the wheel was like here or something, and now it's still drooping because it's in the air, but completely different. Also, these are a simple set of burner wheels because as a little celebration, this is my video number 300, so we're gonna celebrate that with a little bit of a burnout. Only I'm gonna do that tomorrow because now it's dark out, so you don't even see anything, and also it's a little bit late, so I don't know if they're gonna appreciate me doing some donuts and everything. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. Remco, what are you doing tomorrow? I need someone to hold the camera.
Yeah, sure. I will do that.
So let's put the jack under it, put the jack stands out of it, and then see how it sits when we drop it down.
Where's it gonna go, bro? Okay. It's stiff-ish.
Well, what is this? It feels a lot higher than it was, for some reason.
Yeah, but it's also a lot stiffer.
Is that the spring that is pushing it up more compared to the old one?
I guess.
Because also it needs to settle, you need to ride with it a little bit. But if it's the spring, I'm just gonna take this spring out, put the other spring in. Because this wheel gap is... This is not normal.
Just lower the coil. Or is it on the highest setting now?
We can't do this, we're wasting the internet with this wheel gap. Now every morning when I get to my car, I need to like knock on the fenders to make sure there's no hobos sleeping in the wheel wells, because there's so much room. Alright. Well, we're gonna leave this for tomorrow and see what's the quick fix, because this is terrible fitment. See, we are day 2. Already did one on this side. Now it's not that much lower, but I sort of copied the length of the other one, so I had a base point to go off of, and also then I'm able to drive out of here. Do I want to go lower? Yes, a little bit. The rear especially, but I don't know why it's sitting like that. We might have to cut the spring, and that's no problem because now we have 4, because I have 2 sets. The other one's a little bit crusty, it's laying over there, but still. So now I'm taking this one out, which is, I don't know how many dead times I've already done it on the channel. It's not that special. It's sort of out already. And then we drop the new one right in, basically lay it on the ground and make it the same height, because this spring is like, the tension on this spring is ridiculous. That's the whole problem. But let me just do that, and then we can almost finish it off, this 300 video, with a nice little update on the E36, and let's send it off with a set of tires. So coilovers are in, rear and the front now. The front, as you can see, sits a little bit lower. I think that's perfect. Don't want it to rub, of course, but for as it sits now, I think it's great. So I'm gonna leave it at this, because also if it's a new set, it's also gonna sag a little bit, so it might be a little bit lower. We need to wind it up, because at max angle my wheel is basically sticking out of the wheel well like this. I don't want it to rub because it's fiberglass, and you know, you're gonna destroy it all. So if I can get away with that, not destroying that, being able to drive in and out over this bump, that's the good ride height for me. So yes, after not having the right tool, having to borrow it, not having that time, purchasing the tool, purchasing the sand belts for that thing, because there was an issue with that. Finally, it is out. I drilled out the hole a little bit, put a bolt through, big nut on there, should not come off. And that should be enough for now at least. There's a big washer in between as well, so that's not coming off. It's same as original as far as I know. I do want to weld a nut in there, so when I want to undo it from the bottom, I can just take my ugga and just zip it out, instead of now had to like basically hold it with that extended wrench and then ugga it from the top. So now it's a two-man job, which is not that convenient, but hey, I'm happy that it's fixed and it's safe. So I can put the seat in, can put the harnesses in, and we can basically do a burnout. But this is not gonna look good on video. So I'm gonna take the spring out, replace it for that one, and while I'm at it, also replace the camber arms, because I haven't done that. I just replaced the suspension parts. So here we go, last and final steps. I replaced the springs. These are the new old ones. I put the old ones in. They looked exactly the same height, but this one is a lot stiffer. I tried to compress it like this and it barely moves. That one I was able to move a little bit. So that's why that one is sitting lower than that one. Now I'm thinking, do you want softer? For a drift car, I mean, if it's stiff, yes, it will kick out easier, but if it's soft, it squats a bit more and you create more grip. That's basically what you want. Misunderstanding, a lot of people think you don't want grip in the rear. You definitely want grip in the rear. So I'm just putting in the old spring for now, see what that does, see where it sits, and then I can adjust it from there, maybe cut a little bit off, but we shall see what we end up doing. For now, I'm replacing the camber arms, just one bolt in the bottom and one with the diff, which, as you might know if you have an E36, is a pain in the ass because, well, let me show you. Nice, I have no light, but I think this will work. This side has more light. Camber arm, there. Look, it's all f***ed up and mangled. That's why I'm replacing it. Goes all the way here into your subframe, but there's a bolt here that holds it in. And this bolt, if you back it out, it will hit your diff here. So you need to undo the diff bolts here, like this one and that one. And you can, or drop the diff a little bit, but I like to push it up against the body of the car. Let's raise it up a little bit. Sometimes you have to undo that diff bolt as well a little bit, so you have a little bit play, but depending on what bushing is in there, mine is polyurethane, so probably has little to no play. But we will make it work and take the old camber arm out, because that's trash. Camber arms are out. Now, as you can see, this one is a little bit tweaked. So all I have to do now is adjust those to the length of these, slap them in. The diff is like raised with the jack, pushed up, so I can just put the two bolts back in. And then, yeah, bolt it back up, drop it down, see what these springs do. If this is not good enough, we just might chop a ring off or something. Just, we want to go a little bit lower, because the front fitment is a lot better now, but the rear needs to. Alright, let's go. Bam! Everything is on. Well, the wheel's still not on, but here we go. New camber arms, new shocks, old springs, but I think I kind of like it because everything looks red and pink. Well, the red and pink goes good together. It's a good combo. Everything now is the same tint. Wait, I have to
like this. Then the camera picks it up a little bit. There we go. Anyway,
let's put some wheels on this bitch and see where she sits, if it's good enough.
New wheels are in, giving them a little coat of primer and then some paint. But that will be fixed today because it's nice, sunny, hot, warm weather outside. So that means now that the fitment is all sort of done, I mean, this is not the best, but it'll do. Especially with those wheels on, which are 17 inch, this is a 16 inch. So let's do what I promised for the whole video, which was taking too long, and sorry for postponing this video for putting it out there, but let's do some sick donuts.
Jezus, hij raakte die tegel.
I hit the tile. That was close, nice. Where? Oh, just with the bumper there.
Ja, dat is
That can be fixed.
not lucky.
I love a little tap.
I think I've got that.
Well, it doesn't leave that many marks. This will wash away easy. Alright, so with that, I'm gonna finally end this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace!
The stranger